time, if there's anyone in the audience who would like to...
We're fine. We're fine.
Oh, okay. Anybody in the audience who would like to address council on any issue, we'd like to hear from you now. Anyone? All visiting. Okay. All right, if we could move on to the approval of the minutes, and we have 4 sessions, please.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the special session date April 23rd, 2009.
Okay?
Second.
All right, motion made second that we adopt the minutes from our special session on April 24th, 2009. Any concerns, comments? Any questions? If not, Vic, please.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Marie.
Aye.
And Mayor Hustle.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, Vic, thanks. And the regular session, April 27th, please.
Mayor, make a motion we adopt the regular session minutes of April 27th, 2009.
Okay?
Second.
All right, motion made second, we adopt the regular session minutes from April 27th, 2009. Any concerns, questions, comments regarding those? If not, Vic, please.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
And Mayor Hustle.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Thanks, Vic. And the work session, please, from April 27th?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move we adopt the minutes of the work session on April 27th.
Okay? All right, motion made second, we adopt those minutes as well. Any concerns, comments regarding those? Okay, hearing none. Vic, please.
Certainly. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. And Mayor Hustle.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Vic. All right, this the last one is our special session on May the 4th, please.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move we adopt the minutes of the special session on May the 4th.
Okay? All right, we have a motion made and seconded. We adopt the minutes from our special session, May the 4th, 2009. Are there any questions, comments regarding those minutes? If not, Vic, please.
Certainly. Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman. Councilman Marie. Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
And Mayor Hustle.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Vic. Move on to item H, which is a public hearing. The second one, we'll get to that when we get to it, but the first one has to do with school board appointments. Any comments, Judy?
Yes, I would. The public hearing has been scheduled tonight for you to receive any comments on those persons to be considered for appointments. There are 3 appointments to be made, one from the Eastern Precinct, one from the Central, and an at-large appointee. Only the names that are submitted tonight can be considered for appointment. Anyone in the audience who wishes to give another name must do so tonight, or that person. No one else can be considered after tonight. Those being considered are Scott Diggs from the Central Precinct, Gary W. Carter, Central Precinct, Lee F. Farringer from the Central Precinct, Earl C. Riggins III, Central Precinct, Mark Bellamy, Eastern Precinct, Charles L. French, Eastern Precinct, Thomas Jordan, Eastern Precinct, George B. Krakowski, Eastern Precinct, Mark T. Lovell, Eastern Precinct, Alan L. Melton, Eastern Precinct, David E. Nelson, Eastern Precinct, Robin C. Seidnor, Eastern Precinct, Stephanie Phillips, Western Precinct, Laura E. Scott, Western Precinct, and William J. Travis, Western Precinct. Only those, as I said, only those mentioned can be considered for appointment, and only the public hearing can be held tonight. The appointments will actually be made at the next meeting.
All right, thank you, Judy. Any questions of Judy before we open the public hearing? Any comments? Okay, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to offer name for the school board? Okay, all right. We'll close the public hearing, and no action is required tonight, and we'll move on. Second public hearing, we are not, at this point in time, ready to adopt any of the resolutions or the ordinances regarding our budget. So if someone would move that we postpone this item.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we postpone the budget discussion tonight.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Motion made and seconded. We postpone our budget discussion tonight. Any comments? Any concerns? If not, Vic, please.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
And Mayor Household.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Vic. Let's move to new business. First item is a resolution accepting the streets and subdivision improvements in the Lions Landing subdivision into the city's transportation system. Judy?
Mr. Mayor, members of council, the street and subdivision improvements in Lyons Landing are now ready for acceptance by the city. The developer has provided the defect letter of credit, which will be valid for 2 years in the amount of $100,000.
Okay. All right, any discussion? Any questions of the manager? Someone prepare with a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we adopt a resolution accepting the streets and subdivision improvements in the Lions Landing subdivision into the city's transportation system.
Okay.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded. We adopt the resolution. Any concerns, any comments? If not, Vic, please.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
And Mayor Household.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thanks, Vic. Let's move on to item 2. The resolution is in front of each of us. It's a resolution adopting a voluntary reduction in force plan and incentives.
Mr. Mayor, make
Yes.
a motion we adopt the resolution adopting a voluntary reduction in force plan and incentives.
Okay?
Second.
All right, we have a motion made and seconded that we adopt the resolution. Any concerns, any comments, questions? We don't hear any. Vic, please.
Certainly. Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
And Mayor Household.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to add an item here.
Yes, sir.
New business, to make a motion for you to sign the employment agreement for our new city manager.
That's a motion to add it to the...
That's a
Yeah,
motion
to the agenda.
to add
Right.
to the agenda, correct.
And we'll come right back to you regarding that. We had a motion made and seconded that we add to the agenda. Vic,
Certainly.
please.
Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman. Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. And Mayor Household.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor, I'd
Yes.
like to make a motion for you to sign the employment agreement for Randy Wheeler as our new city manager.
Okay?
Second.
All right, motion made and seconded. Council authorizes me to sign the contract agreement. Any concerns or comments? Okay, Vic, please.
Certainly. Councilman Holloway.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
And Mayor Household.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Okay, Vic, so bear with me just 1 second. We'll sign them right now. All right. I'm going to ask Randy Wheeler if he would. Randy, would you just kind of come up here and if you don't mind, just so they can pick you up on TV?
More to your left.
Randy,
Nothing in front of you.
Let me just, on behalf of the council, welcome you to this city. We're looking forward to working with you. You had the unanimous support of this council, and we just look forward to some good years ahead with you as our leader. Okay, thank you.
Thanks to all.
Thank you.
Okay. Comments of the acting city manager, Ms. Wiggins.
I'd like to inform the public that the Memorial Day ceremony will be held on Monday, May 25th at 10 a.m. here at City Hall in front of the flags. The city's hazard mitigation plan, the last public hearing on the plan was held on Tuesday, May the 5th. The plan is on the city's website, and public comments will be received on the plan for the next 2 weeks. The library has received 2 outstanding service awards from the Virginia Public Library Directors Association. They received the 2009 Outstanding Library Website Award for making the site a one-stop location for all information needs. And they also received the 2009 Outstanding Children's Program Award for the 4-month-long Going Buggy program, which was a program for the whole family. And I'd also like to say that the city had a donation made to us last week by Cindy White from Gloucester. She's a member and founder and leader of the Made from Scratch Bluegrass Band, which performs every year at our Seafood Festival. She owns her own landscaping business over in Gloucester, and she made a donation last week of 450 5-gallon azaleas, which had a total value of somewhere close to $18,000. They were free to the city to be used at the museum and also our public facilities, and I think she should be commended for that. It was a free donation to us.
Yeah, we absolutely want to thank her for that, and in some way other than just saying thank you.
And we will.
Okay, good deal. Anything else, Judy?
That's it.
Okay. Before we start on council directors, let me just say this while it's on my mind. While we welcome Randy and look forward to working with him, the lady to my right has been the go-to person many, many times. She is a class act. She is the epitome of honesty and integrity. I don't know that I possess a vocabulary that would really describe Judy Wiggins and what she has done for the city, what she's done for me as an individual, and what she's done for members of council. Judy, I just want to thank you, and I know it's not quite over yet, but I want to thank you for stepping up to the plate, guiding us through a very, very difficult time. And I'm convinced if it had not been for Judy Wiggins, I'm not so sure that this city would not have collapsed, quite frankly. So those that can hear my voice, I would say to you that I think it would be a great idea to pick up the telephone, and this is open to all 12,500 folks that are in this city, because all 12,500 of them have reason to thank this lady. So Judy, I just want to say thank you. That's not nearly enough, but you are just one class act, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you very much, but I must say, it was the whole staff. They all were right there when I needed them. They responded in an instant to any request, and I can't take the credit. It was the whole staff, and I thank all of them. I've already thanked them earlier this week. Without them, I'm nothing. And we enjoyed doing it.
Thank you, ma'am. Tracy?
Well, I'd like to echo Gordon's comments about Judy. However, I'd like to amend, don't call the woman. She's busy. Send her a card. And I look forward to working with Randy. I'm excited about meeting your family. I hope that you'll find Poquoson everything that you hope it will be. I've been here about 13 years, and I can honestly say this is where we want to stay permanently. We have no plans of ever leaving, so I hope you'll feel the same way. And congratulations again to all our young people. You know, to succeed at anything, to be the best in the state that's just something. And we're all proud of you. So thank you for the hard work that you've put in and for carrying our city proudly with you. And that is all.
All right, thank you, ma'am. G?
Only to welcome Randy tonight. Appreciate your upcoming service to us. It's not going to be easy. You take it over at a time when the budget, which will occupy a large portion, will have to be served under your leadership, as well as you've got many challenges to come. But I believe that you're capable of taking those on, and look forward to working with you in the future. That's all I've got.
All right, thanks, G. Thanks.
I just would echo your accolades to Ms. Wiggins, and Mr. Mayor, I'd also like to thank staff also. I know Judy said this, but, everybody in the city, especially staff, knows that this has been a very difficult time, and I know at times as council it's hard to put up with. We put a lot of demands on you, and we seem to need a lot of answers, and I know I do. But I just really appreciate what staff does. I also appreciate the school board and our superintendent. She does an excellent job, and they're part of what makes the city so great. So I'd just like to extend those thanks to them.
Thanks, sir. Are you crying?
It brings tears.
I asked Brady some water.
You got any comments, Councilman Marie?
Yes, of course, I really am looking forward to working with Randy. Just to echo what everyone else has just said, and we did get almost, I think it was 70 applications, and so we had quite a field to choose through. And it was a hard choice because there were so many very highly qualified people, and I think we're very fortunate, and we do look forward to working with you. And of course, Judy, thank you for everything you've done. You've put up with an awful lot. One thing I'd like to note is on the school board, it's pretty good that for school board, we have 15 people that we can consider, and I've looked through the resumes, and we have some very strong candidates there, and it just shows the interest and the community support that we have and the volunteerism that we have in this community, and it really is to be commended. And talking about things like that, I'd be remiss if I didn't remind everyone that this Saturday is the Kiwanis Barbecue up here Saturday, right where it's always been, on the corner. Barbecue in the afternoon from about 11 to 5. Hope to see people there. And it's also this year going to be combined with the Poquoson Business Alliance Spring Fling, where the businesses in town will be advertising and be open and doing special things. There'll be music events all weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. So please, it'd be great to see everyone downtown there in the Farm Fresh parking lot area this Saturday.
All right. Here.
I'd like to welcome Mr. Wheeler. And Judy, I'll take the mayor up. I'll call you tomorrow. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Frank.
A couple of things, Mr. Mayor. As Councilman Hunt mentioned earlier, we like to meet. And I was just wondering whether, because we have so many potential candidates for the school board, whether council believes there's any need for individual interviews with the 15 applicants prior to our appointment. I know we got a lot on our plate between now and the next meeting, but it's something that we can maybe think about and get back to to Judy about.
Probably the best way to do it. Just consider it and give her a call.
I am encouraged by the turnout. Like
wow.
Tom said, there's some times in past years when we've had a hunt for somebody to serve in the school board, and now we have a lot of eligible people, and I would not want them to be discouraged by not at least giving them the time to come in and talk about their needs, what they feel the needs are for the schools, and how to move forward on it. I went to a Go Green Virginia meeting sponsored by the Virginia Municipal League and VACO last Thursday, and Carrie, just very quick background. Carrie and I went to a VML conference last fall, and we sat through and we saw a lot of other communities, Yorktown, Hampton, Newport News, all receiving plaques and monetary awards. And we thought, well, if they can do it, why can't we do it? Well, there's a lot of work involved in it. There's a lot of plans that got to be developed, whatever else. And I don't know from a city standpoint how much we have already, how much would need to be done. But if somebody on the staff, I could give it to Judy, and somebody could quickly peruse it and see whether it's worthwhile or not, or it's too much work. People in York County last year, they went on the internet and were able to plagiarize a lot of the ordinances or whatever that were available and put them into effect. So it's just something available there. There's also a lot of grants out. The Department of Labor has a lot of grants out for winterization of homes. And again, if you had a grant writer, full-time grant writer for the city, it'd be a great thing to do something like that. Now, whether we have the capabilities or time to do a 14-page application, But the money's out there for, for those kind of things, replacement windows and all kinds of winterization efforts that could be done in our community. And we probably have homes that could use, extra winterization help. I guess the third thing, and almost the last, is Memorial Day is normally a city holiday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are we going to still meet that night?
No, it'll be Tuesday.
Be Tuesday, okay. And while Judy has complimented the staff, and I want to compliment the staff also on helping her so much, she's really up in that front office. She's had an extra right hand and an extra left hand since early January. And Vicki and Evie, so extra compliments to them for putting in the long hours that they had. And the final thing is congratulations to our new city manager, Randy, for being on board. Good luck.
Okay. Anything else? We ought to give him that Go Green thing and let him...
There you go. He's got time between now and the 1st of June to look at it. We'll pass that on.
All right, anything else, Dick?
Mr. Mayor, if
Yes.
I might add.
Sure.
I don't know if council realizes it or not, but we are live streaming now as of the last meeting, which was April 27th. And this past week, we've also developed an archives folder where we will be placing our videos so that anytime, 24/7, people can access that. Of course, and it only starts with our April 27th meeting of 09. Also, we've finally gotten FiOS connected, so you can now watch, if you have Verizon, you can now watch our meetings on cable channel 24 with Verizon. And of course, if you have Cox, channel 46 is still available also. So we're getting things out there.
Okay, thanks, Vic.
There is one other thing I guess we should bring up, and that is that right now we have a budget that is going to go into effect unless we take action on the 23rd of May, so we're going to need to have another meeting before the 23rd of May. That's just
will
also
indeed.
for the public to...
We will indeed. Anything else? Okay. Can't wait to go back into closed session. If someone would give a motion and please read the paragraph.
Mr. Mayor, since we had such a good time before, we'll go back into closed
There you
session. In accordance with Section 2.2, 3711, A1 and A3, to discuss personnel matters and acquisition of land for public purpose, i.e. Victory Boulevard.
Okay, we have a motion made, and I heard a second. Motion made, second, that we go to closed session. Diggs, please.
Councilman Hunt?
Aye.
Councilman Krieger?
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford?
Aye.
Councilman Marie?
Aye.
Councilman Freeman?
Aye.
Councilman Holloway?
Aye.
And Mr. Mayor?
Aye.
The motion carried by a vote of 7-0.
Thanks, Vic.